mundur sedikit. Selamat pagi menjelang siang untuk semuanya.
Selamat pagi, Om Swastiastu, Rahajang Saraswati, Sumeton Sarang Sami.
Beli bule hafal ada Saraswati hari ini. Ya, kita kembali lagi. Waktu itu kena Saraswati juga ya waktu sama Majesya.
Kayaknya hampir setahun
juga.
kita.
Oh ya ampun. Selamat datang kembali di acara ngobrol bareng Beli Bule bersama saya Putu Evi dan dengan pastinya ada Beli
Puan
Bule.
Hedgewayan, Puan Semar.
Iya, semoga kawan-kawan semua masih kadang-kadang suka menonton kami walaupun tidak live lagi di IGTV juga
atau di YouTube.
Ya, kita seperti biasa selalu senang ya bisa live, bisa lakukan ngobrol bareng bersama teman yang tidak di dekat kita tetapi juga teman dari luar negeri ya. Seperti pada siang hari ini kita bakal ditemani murid saya juga, mantan murid juga, seorang kawan yang ketemu dari Dharma Siswa ya. Tahun 2008 waktu itu memperoleh Dharma Siswa dan bertemu kami di sanggar kami yang kecil waktu itu masih kontrakan.
Terus pernah juga belajar les tari Bali privat
iya,
sama
kan
kamu
saya
ya.
bilang
Tahun berapa itu? 2013,
tahun
14 gitu
ya, sekitar itu mungkin ya, atau mungkin sebelumnya.
2012.
Ya, masih earlier, belum studionya belum jadi banget. Nah, Berta sudah di sini. Sebelum saya mengundang Berta untuk live, saya akan perkenalkan sedikit. Memang saya lakukan perkenalan sebelumnya di flyer mengenai ngobrol bareng, tapi hari ini saya akan perkenalkan lebih detail ya. Jadi Berta ini adalah seorang penari asal Mexico City. Berta lahir di Meksiko dan saat umur 6 tahun sudah mulai belajar menari ya. Awalnya menari balet dulu dan contemporary dance ya. Di saat umur dia 13 tahun. Jadi kalau kita bisa lihat itu memang dari kecil ya sudah menari Berta sampai akhirnya umur 17 dia memulai profesinya sebagai profesional di bidang tari. Itu memang menjadi karirnya dengan R&R Dance Company yang waktu itu directed oleh Rocio Becerril ya. Yang dia sudah ajak kerjasama dalam hal karir menarinya itu sudah 15 tahun lamanya saat itu. Jadi dia menari untuk film dan juga festival-festival penting yang ada di Meksiko. Walaupun sebenarnya Berta sendiri belajar biologi di tahun 2002. Lalu tahun 2008 itulah dia memperoleh Dharma Siswa oleh pemerintah Indonesia ya untuk belajar tari Bali di Bali langsung. Nah, sejak itu Berta sangat cintai tari Bali dan selalu aktif pentas tari Bali ya, baik itu di Meksikonya sendiri, dan selama dia jadi murid Dharma Siswa juga Berta sudah mulai pentas juga ya. Jadi entah itu di festival masih lokal atau di pura-pura paling banyak ya, kalau dapat kesempatan pentas itu di pura-pura. Berta juga pernah di pesta kesenian Bali menarinya. Jadi di Meksiko sendiri Berta ada komunitas tarinya yang juga diajak bekerja sama selalu untuk proyek-proyek menarinya. Ada Mirah Delima Kolektif dan ada Tari Bali Meksiko. Nanti kita akan tanya banyak ya soal komunitas tari ini karena saya belum pernah ke Meksiko. Walaupun kita ya orang Bali pasti pernah mendengar Meksiko, makan masakan Meksiko pernah, tapi kayak gimana sih sebenarnya Meksiko? Ya, telenovela, kayak pernah dulu nonton telenovela, pasti banyak kawan-kawan suka sampai lagu-lagunya hafal ya, kayak Marimar dan sebagainya. Kita kenal banget sama Meksiko, tetapi kita pengen tahu dong seberapa besar sih orang Meksiko kenal dengan Bali. Kita akan tanya Berta soal itu juga ya. Kita langsung aja ya. Pastinya penasaran dong. Kita ajak ngobrol bareng kita hari ini. menunggu koneksi dulu ya. Halo Berta.
Halo Evi, halo Fon.
Halo.
Sudah lama.
Ya.
Iya, apa kabar ini Berta?
Selamat siang.
Baik-baik saya.
Sudah
Selamat
malam
malam
sekali
di
ya.
sini. Ya.
Oh iya, selamat siang dari sini.
Iya, oh ya ampun beda 14 jam ya. Di situ udah tidur, kita di sini baru mulai bangun dan baru mulai kegiatannya. Iya. Berta, seperti yang kita sempat obrolin, saya mau ucapkan terima kasih sudah punya waktu malam-malam untuk mau ngobrol bareng kita ya malam-malam dari Meksiko. Dan ini akan ngobrol-ngobrolin hal-hal yang asik. Saya karena belum pernah ke Meksiko, jadi rasanya pengen banget tahu seperti apa sih keadaan mengenai kehidupan tari di Meksiko, atau mungkin juga komunitas nanti di Meksiko ya. Mengenal Bali secara histori gitu. Kita mengenal juga orang Meksiko seperti Miguel Covarrubias
Covarrubias,
ya. Ya, yang lukisannya sangat menginspirasi, banyak catatannya, mendokumentasikan Bali
Ada filmnya ya.
sedemikian cantiknya, sehingga mungkin orang luar kayak orang Amerika mungkin dan orang-orang seluruh dunia yang pernah melihat dan membaca saat itu menginginkan untuk datang berlibur ke Bali untuk melihat Bali. Bahkan saya baru-baru ini dapat foto dari seorang kawan di Sweden yang godmother-nya belajar menari tahun 1930-an itu ke Bali, dan
Ya.
foto-fotonya masih bagus banget
Ya,
ya.
saya nonton foto-foto di
Iya, iya,
Facebook.
iya.
Ya,
Lihat kan foto-foto itu.
ya suka sekali.
Iya,
Juga
dan
itu telek yang apa namanya? Ya,
telek yang
biasa,
zaman dulu
dan-
yang kostumnya
zaman dulu.
masih sederhana ya.
Ya beda sama sekarang.
Ya.
Jadi saya pengen sekali mengetahui dari Berta, sebelum Berta ya tahu tentang Bali dan tari Bali itu. Kira-kira saat itu kamu ingat nggak Berta? Do you remember gimana orang-orang masyarakat di sana, seberapa besar sih mereka kenal atau tahu tentang Bali? Dan mungkin bisa cerita nanti Berta bagaimana sih awalnya bisa mengenal tari Bali itu sampai akhirnya apply untuk Dharma Siswa.
Ya, saya pernah nonton buku-buku itu dari Miguel Covarrubias. Saya ingat dari kecil. Mungkin saya pakai bahasa Inggris.
Boleh ya
Ya.
dicampur bahasa Inggris. Santai
Ya,
aja Berta.
Yes, the first time I knew about Bali was with this book, with Miguel Covarrubias' book, because my family own a lot of bookstores. I have one of my own with my brother, because our mother died, so like an heritage, she gave us the bookstore. It's a bookstore for all books. So I always lived with a lot of books, and
Yeah,
my
I can
mother.
see that.
Yes, my mother
Behind you.
my mother found this book about Bali, and it is in English. So I have maybe 7 years old, and I was like, "Oh, this is amazing!" But I can't just look the pictures, So I can't understand the text, and there is no in Spanish. The first edition in Spanish it was in 2004.
So in English first.
Yes. He wrote it in English with an English publisher. So no, it from America. So I had the book, and I look a lot at the pictures, and I love the photo and the illustrations. And Miguel Covarrubias is very important also for dance in Mexico, for modern dance, and also for traditional dance, because he direct art school. He was the director, so there was like an integration between all arts. So he made scenaries, he made choreographies also for modern dance.
Oh.
So there is this theater in Mexico City that the name is Miguel Covarrubias. So I was like, why is the theater specific for dance? It's named Miguel Covarrubias because I knew from the book, Bali book and other books, but I like his work as an anthropologist, but I didn't know, an illustrator, but I didn't know he has something to do with dance. So when I knew the theater, I was like, oh, maybe it's his cousin or something. I can't relate at the beginning. Because also that was when I was a teen, maybe 12 to 13 years that I knew about the theater. So I was like, oh, it's funny. And then I studied more and I learned more. And he is very important for dance too in Mexico. Maybe it's more in dance community is normal. Like he's a choreographer and he worked with Jose Limon. That he was an important for contemporary dance all around the world. He worked in New York and Miguel Covarrubias, and he worked a lot. So it was funny that. And 10 years after that, I studied in the dance school, contemporary dance school. I had this subject that was dance history. And the teacher asked us to make an exposition about something that we can relate dance with the other thing that we do. So the other thing is biology. So I first at the beginning, the exposition should be this homework about traditional dance around the world. So I was like, just biology and maybe animals or like fertility, I don't know. And suddenly I remember Bali, and I was, oh yes, there is dance in Bali, and of course there should be mixed with nature. But I just had this image in my
Imagination.
mind, yeah, from the book, just from the book and the pictures, and I was like, oh yes, that's nice. And I made my exposition with the book. I read the Miguel Covarrubias book, and then I remember someone, another friend, told me about the scholarship. So the Dharma Siswa. So I was like, oh, Bali is in Indonesia, right? So I suddenly remembered that, and I was like, I need to apply right now. So I left the school and applied to Dharma Siswa and got it, and I came and I went to Bali.
Ya, I seem to remember, ya.
Mungkin bisa bantu dulu.
Jelasin kawan-kawan ya. Jadi memang Berta ini mengetahui banyak soal akhirnya dengan Bali itu lewat Miguel Covarrubias yang sangat sekali dikenal di Meksiko. Tidak hanya orang penting yang dikenal melukis, ya, seorang antropologis ya. Kemudian di Meksiko sendiri Miguel Covarrubias ini sangat penting di modern dance, contemporary dance. Walaupun Berta saat umur 7 tahun itu pernah membacanya dalam buku Covarrubias dalam bahasa Inggris yang dia hanya belum terlalu mengerti bahasanya waktu itu dan hanya melihat gambar-gambarnya, dia sudah pernah tahu Covarrubias memang menulis tentang Bali gitu, dan juga ada gambar-gambarnya, ilustrasinya tentang tarian Bali dan sebagainya. Saya yakin kawan-kawan juga mengerti ya bahasa Inggrisnya juga. Jadi intinya seperti itu. Lalu sedangkan Berta sendiri mengingat saat itu karena dia sempat belajar biologi, jadi di ingatannya dia ada gerakan tari Bali yang dia lihat di buku itu seolah-olah dekat dengan alam ya, jadi berhubungan erat. Jadi dari situ dia berpikir ingin mengetahui banyak soal tari Bali. Jadi dia pernah mendengar dari kawan di Mexico bahwa entah your friend in Mexico ya, about the scholarship. Ya, jadi sejak itu mencoba saya harus mengajukan scholarship atau dharma siswa gitu untuk belajar di Bali. Jadi itu awal mulanya bagaimana Berta, kamu mau nambahin?
Ya mungkin sebelumnya mungkin bisa kita
Oh ya,
memperlihatkan
biar
bukunya
kawan-kawan.
kepada
Kita kebetulan
pemirsa.
punya buku
Versi bahasa Inggrisnya ini malah diterbitkan
Islands of
duluan ya
Bali
sebelum
ya.
bahasa
Jadi
Spanyol.
memang buku ini kayaknya sangat sekali penting.
Tebal sekali.
Dia penting, entah dia ketakutan dia juga sebenarnya ya yang
de Bali?
membuat orang-orang di seluruh dunia datang ke Bali. Itu mungkin awal pariwisata di Bali sebenarnya ya, buku ini ya.
Berta, could I just ask you if his wife, it's Rosa, right? Oh, you have
Oh,
it there.
is this the original? Or
The
is it
first
one in
edition,
Mexico?
Oh, wow. Okay, I've got
Ah,
a new
yeah,
edition.
yeah.
Yeah, this is from America. This is from Alfred Knopf, the publisher, from
Wow, amazing.
1937, I think.
Right, okay. This was gifted to us in 2001, so it's quite new. Could I just ask you about Rosa, his wife? It's Rosa, right? Rosa
Rosa
Covarrubias.
Covarrubias, yeah.
Yes. Was she a dancer too?
Yes, she was a dancer for ballet and modern dance too.
Okay,
Yeah, from
so
America.
Oh, so
okay.
she's from
And
She appears in the
always-
film.
Yeah, and she always make the pictures. All the pictures in Covarrubias' book are rosas.
So just like Colin McPhee, yeah? Sama kayak Colin
Yeah.
McPhee.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
Colin McPhee's wife took all the photos. Unfortunately, Jane Bella didn't get much credit for it. I hope Rosa got credit for her photos, even though it's a wife,
Yeah. He did.
In those days, a bit different, yeah. But yeah, it's like having an assistant, but the assistant is your wife.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah, well, you need someone to help you if you're one
Definitely,
person is
yeah.
interviewing and asking questions.
And
And in those
also-
days, to set
Yeah,
up the
it's
camera.
nice.
Yeah.
It's for
Wow.
example, Rosa asked for the recipe for babi guling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for Balinese people. So yeah, she talked about it in the book. And yeah, Covarrubias, Miguel was like, oh yes, Rosa did that. Rosa talked with the people. Rosa make the picture. So maybe yeah. There are
Hey, while we're talking about cooking, can I ask you a question about tentang masakan Mexico? Because Covarrubias, he said that in his opinion, the Balinese food that he ate was spicier, even spicier than Mexican food. Do you agree with that now?
Ya, pastinya kan.
No, there are a lot of different kind of chili here. So
Yeah.
so there are. I think all the chili in Bali is like really really spicy, and in Mexico we have degrees of spicy. We have
Degrees.
like soft, yeah, like soft, not so hot, and like habanero. I think is there are others like habanero. Yeah. There are a lot of them.
Giving you different experience different experience of
Flavors,
spiciness. Yeah.
A lot.
We don't-
There are a small one, a small round one, chile piquin. These are different flavor. Yes.
I find it interesting that
We're not
Balinese,
talking about food.
I know, but Balinese dance and Balinese gamelan, none of the songs are ever about,
Talking about
food.
spiciness.
Not about food normally, and they're not about spiciness. Yeah, not about. There's no song called Lala Atavio Lala. Like there's nothing like that. I don't know why, because it's a really important part of people's lives, eating, a ceremony and stuff like that.
But talking about Dharma Siswa ya, sebelum ini ya kita sebelum mengenal Berta sudah mengenal siapa nama dia yang ngambil Dharma Siswa ke Bali?
Ivan.
Ivan tahun 2004 kalau
2005,
ya
2004,
sekitar
ya.
itu kita berkenalan. Apakah Berta mendengar tentang Dharma Siswa ini dari dia, dan saya dengar juga ada Olinka kalau nggak salah juga.
Ya.
Ya.
Tapi saya kenal semua di Meksiko.
Teman-teman
di
itu.
sana, ya. Di sana
Kenal
saya
di Bali ya.
Kenal di
Ya, di
Bali
Bali.
sama mereka.
No, kenal di Bali cuma ¿cómo se llama? Yara. Yara.
Jarang, ya?
Oh, so you didn't?
Yara.
Oh, not often.
Jarang.
Yeah, jarang. Yeah.
No, Yara. Yara dia saudara
Ya.
Olinka.
Oh,
gitu.
Jara. Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay.
Oke. Ya. Jadi sebegitu terkenalnya, maksudnya kan Covarrubias sangat dikenal. Tapi kalau Bali-nya sendiri, seberapa orang Meksiko mengenal Bali menurut Berta? How much?
How well do people in
well,
Mexico
how well?
know Covarrubias?
No,
You think?
maybe no.
No Bali and Covarrubias.
No, it's more about dance. I think the people in dance is really know Covarrubias, but in other, I think it's not so well known.
So-
Well, okay, like a book collectioners, it's normal, yeah, like in the bookstore,
Collectors.
everyone something
Udah
about
kenal Bali.
Covarrubias. Yeah, but not about Bali, about every book about
every-
Covarrubias.
What about Bali,
So-
Berta? Do people know about Bali generally, or
No,
and do they
not-
know
not
that
so
Bali is in
much.
Indonesia?
No, they know Bali because of the tourism, like destination for Covarrubias. No, it's little people. I think I have the bookstore, and it's funny because there a lot of people don't know. They know Covarrubias, but they don't know Island of Bali, or also they don't know that he is important for dance and and also
Vice versa.
the people from dance they don't know about the books. That's funny.
I have to come back to somebody
about
at the gate.
okay. So about Tari Bali, yeah. In Mexico, how big is the community, and how well people know about Balinese dancing?
I think there is not so many people, but we have like a good community with Indonesian, people Indonesian that loves people that loves Indonesia. So for Indonesian dance, there is many. For Balinese, also maybe like 10 dancers. Maybe we are, but we are not in all. We are not in the city.
Oh,
There
okay.
is outside the city, there are outside the country too. So even the community, I think, is big. We are not all in the same place. Yeah.
So the Indonesian, how big is the Indonesian community in Mexico? So it's not big.
I think maybe like 100 persons, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All the people in the embassy. There are few Balinese people. That's true. Yeah. Javanese
Ah.
or Sumatran, but Balinese, it's few.
Jadi ya saya mau jelasin dulu tentang komunitas yang ada kepada pemirsa yang mungkin tidak berbahasa Inggris. Jadi komunitas tari Bali itu tidak besar, tetapi ada komunitas tari Indonesia ya di Meksiko. Jadi intinya ya gimana ya, itu menjadi satu kesatuan gitu. Memang tidak besar sekali komunitasnya, dan itu berpusatnya kayak dengan embassy biasanya, dengan kedutaan Indonesia. Ya jadi jumlah orang Indonesianya kan tidak terlalu banyak, sekitar did you say 100, about 100 people.
100, ya.
Iya, jadi kan itu tidak besar ya, mengingat Meksiko kan sebuah negara. Tapi kita akan tanya banyak lagi dong soal bagaimana kegiatan kesenian di sana, di mana sih orang main tas tari Bali dan sebagainya. Can you explain a little bit, maybe cerita-cerita ya, like tell story about after you learned your dance in Bali through Dharma Siswa and then you come back. How did you manage to? It is also the Tari Bali in Mexico. Is that something that you founded yourself, or is it founded by friend, or you create this community together? How does it start?
No, the community is all there is. The group Tari Bali, Compañía Tari Bali Mexico. It's directed by a really good dancer that is named Graciela Lopez. And she maybe already her group is 20 years old, maybe
Oh, it's
less.
already.
Yeah, it's a lot of time. She has a lot of students. She did a lot of performance. At the beginning I start with her and then sometimes with her, and then we make another group with Olinka, with other friends, that's Mira de Lima group. And then also I dance by myself, sometimes with the embassy or sometimes like in other shows. And then I came back with Graciela. I had an opportunity for making a show. So I have this idea about the show, and I make team with Graciela and her dancers. So we make it together, my idea. So and we present it here in the art center. In
So
Mexico.
Tari Bali Mexico is actually founded by Graciela. Almost 20
Yes, of
years
course.
of practice.
Yes.
20 tahun ya, hampir 20 tahun lama.
Jadi mau explain sedikit sama kawan-kawan. Jadi ada komunitas tari Bali di Meksiko itu didirikan oleh seorang penari yang namanya Graciela, orang Meksiko ya. Sudah 20 tahun dia mendirikan, hampir 20 tahun dia mendirikan komunitas tari Bali ini di Meksiko. Dan Berta sendiri salah satunya adalah orang yang pernah belajar di sana bersama dan sampai saat ini masih melakukan proyek bersama. Sedangkan Berta dengan kawan-kawan yang lain membuat komunitas juga namanya Mirah de Lima Collective. Is that the one that you and friends made together, right? So jadi mereka
Sama Olinka.
ya, jadi Berta Mirah de Lima Collective ini sama Tari Bali Meksiko ini selalu mengerjakan proyek-proyek bersama,
Kolaborasi,
gitu,
kayak.
kolaborasi. Kalau ada proyek tari Bali atau tari-tarian yang lain ya, mereka selalu melakukannya bersama-sama.
So, Berta, what do you do for the music, the gamelan music? Do you have gamelan musicians in Mexico, or do you have to use recording?
No, we use recording. There is a gamelan in the embassy, but
Okay.
it's
Balinese?
use it. Balinese.
Gong Kebiar, or
Caviar. Yeah, it's not complete. And once came this teacher from CalArts.
okay.
What is his name? Newman, I don't remember. A Balinese teacher.
Nyoman Wenton, maybe.
Yeah, Newman Wenten.
Okay.
So yeah, we put together maybe just paint it and Kechak and like simple stuff, like a workshop with musicians that learn from him, and his wife teach us like the dance, and we made a performance together here. It was nice, was really nice, and that that was time. I think there is another time that I didn't join, but that's all. It's really sad
Right.
because the gamelan is abandoned. It's like stored
It's a
in
shame.
the
Yeah.
embassy. And
So
not
Perhaps you could do fundraising for a Pelegongan, for example. You get it from Macarpo.
Oh yes.
And yeah, well, it's something that you could aim for in the future, you know. I don't know. In Mexico, I suppose it's like Indonesia, difficult to get
We don't
funding
know
or
much.
Yeah,
that,
I
but-
would like it a lot. It's a lot.
But different from
money.
Kebiar, you know.
Think that
Pelegongan kan lebih
yeah.
lembut, ya. daripada Kebiar.
I love Pelegong. I love your gamelan. You know, you always when in
You documented
Instagram.
it, yeah, thank you.
And then suddenly I didn't see the Instagram, but I listened and I was like, oh, that's the Mekarwa.
Our gamelan, you
Yeah.
recognize
It has a
it.
character
Yeah, it
sound.
has a
Yeah,
character.
yeah. It really, really.
Pelegongan
Nice. Yeah, I love
character,
Pelegongan,
yeah.
but yeah, the sound is from Jewish.
I think also because Pelegongan, the gamelan, is, even though the tuning, well, Kebiar copied the tuning from Pelegongan, but it's because it only has 5 keys normally, or 6 keys on all the guns, so then the sound is very kind of sweet sounding, even if the tuning is low. So it has this beauty to it that you can't get from Gong Kebiar, and because of the Gender as well, you know, the Gender Ambat, Gender Barang.
Yeah, also this feeling that it's old dance and all performance. Like I made this story about Chalonarang, like not the Chalonarang complete, of course, but I made the show with Cisia that I learned with Evie, with you. And Tari Cisia, Tari Telek, a little of Barong, and little of Rangda. And also, Jauk Manis. Jadi we made a show with all these dances, like telling about the good and evil in
Good and
Balinese
evil.
culture. Yeah. So that, yeah, for me it was really nice. My brother made the costume for Barong. We have a mask, and he made with kulit, with like trying to do like Balinese.
Leather.
Obviously, yeah, leather. Obviously, it's like simple, but I like the result, and also yeah, good. Just one dancer, of course. like, but we had a barong that it's like the first time. I think it was a barong, but from Balinese, like normal barong.
Okay.
But for us was really nice to show the barong, and we introduced it to our performance barong and Rangda. It's normal we dance here now.
Yeah, I remember
My brother
you
made
learned.
the costume and also I made the crowns for Sisia here.
Ah, ya, 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 ya,
Jadi
ya.
mungkin bisa jelaskan.
Ya,
Mau buka pagar dulu.
itu yang saya mau lakukan. Sorry, my husband have to come back and forth because there's like somebody to come, and during
Ano-
pandemic you need to be careful about things and protocol and all that.
Of course.
So, yeah, we're checking something around the house. So, okay. So, jadi mau jelasin, I want to explain a little bit, like just a short one for friends who watch, maybe later when they watch IGTV, karena ini mau di spesialkan kan acaranya untuk orang Indonesia agar lebih mengenal kawan-kawan di tempat lain yang juga menari. Jadi Berta ini, nah, I get distracted. Jadi Berta tadi kita ngobrolin masalah apa namanya menari ya di Meksiko. Jadi tadi suami saya sempat bertanya kepada Berta apa di sana ada apa sih yang mengiringi tari kalau dia menari di Meksiko. Jadi suami nanya seperti itu, Berta jawab tidak, karena di situ komunitas gamelan tidak sebesar komunitas ya pastinya di Bali atau di Amerika ya. Di sana tidak ada gamelan di embassy, gamelan gong kebiar, cuman jarang dimainkan. Pernah ada guru besar dari sekolah datang dari Bali, Pak Wenten dan ya, Pak Wenten dan istrinya sempat datang. Di situ juga bikin proyek menari Berta, ada tari pendet dan tari apa tadi dibilang keca seperti itu, dan istrinya juga ya mengajar juga tari Bali di sana. Jadi tidak ya jarang, dan Berta mengingat sekali dengan pernah mendengar gamelan kita Plegongan, jadi sangat menyukai Plegongan, suara dari Plegongan. Dia sangat familiar dengan gamelan Plegongan di Mekar Buana, karena rasa cinta dia ya Plegongan, bebarongan dan tari-tari lama. Jadi suatu hari dia pernah membuat cerita mengenai ngambil tari apa namanya calonarang ya, cerita calonarang. Di sana dia mengingat bikin calonarang, kostumnya dibuat oleh kakaknya, jadi menyerupai ya, kulit untuk topeng yang dia bawa memang dari Bali, itu dibuat oleh kakaknya sendiri, menyerupai ya walaupun sederhana kata dia, tapi menyerupai yang ada di Bali. Jadi walaupun kostumnya mungkin tidak benar-benar seperti tari Bali, karena memang kan antara apa namanya Bali dan Meksiko, kadang-kadang saya mengerti sekali ya kalau order pakaian dari Meksiko untuk dibawa itu belum tentu nyampe dengan schedule-nya kalau kita nggak planning benar-benar jauh sebelumnya ya. Yeah, kostum it's hard when you trying to order, and also yeah it's a bit pricey lah, agak mahal ya kostum di Bali. Jadi kalau productionnya tidak besar, jadi dia berharap tetap bisa pentas, jadi dia dibantu buat kostumnya oleh kakaknya. And menurut dia sangat senang ya melihat hasilnya. That's great. I see your costume as well. Tari ininya apa What, Margapati, you do the Margapati
Oh yes, yes.
photos, right?
I have the costume, the whole costume, but
You
I
have
wanted
costume
to
complete.
make, yeah, but I want to make my
Something
own
different.
version. Yes.
Yeah, it's fun to have. Like sometimes I don't have a whole costume when I go overseas, like in New Zealand. I didn't plan to perform then. Going to New Zealand, I always bring something that's important only, terutama kulit-kulit, yeah. Like a headdress, normally it's important to carry. But sometimes they ask like, can you dance? I only bring one headdress, like tari legong gitu. But I've been told to dance solo, so I decided to dance chondong. And then even at that time I didn't bring my complete costume. Saya tidak bawa badong ininya, condongnya. Saya tidak bawa ampo-ampo. So I go to the embassy and then I said, "Can I check your?" Because I was a teacher, dance teacher at the embassy in New Zealand and in Wellington. So I asked them, "Can I check your collection of costume?" I go and check, and they have like, because they do have like apa namanya, jaipongan, ya. So I see that their tari yapong, they have like the apa badong yang dari kain ya, yang kayak condong itu. I ask if I can borrow that. It's really awesome. Yeah, and then ada yang untuk pinggang. Itu kalau zaman dulu di Bali in the old time when they don't use kulit in some part of the Bali, they also have one that look like the badong. So the same materials ya, kayak suede gitu, kain gitu ya, yang ada tasselnya. So I borrowed that and I perform with that, and then I have a white long sleeve shirt. So I use that as the top, and then the sarong. Of course, I brought sarong from home. I brought my sabuk Prada. So I only just use that, and I can perform, and without really get rid of Bali at all.
Intinya harus improv ya. Kalau di
Harus
luar
bisa
negeri,
karena
need to improvise.
ya, karena waktu itu saya diminta oleh embassy untuk introduce Balinese dance to some dance community in New Zealand. Jadi kita harus pintar-pintar. Sebagai orang Bali, saya yakin juga Berta sendiri saat sudah eksperimen di Bali, maksudnya experience, pernah melihat bagaimana di Bali dan sebagainya. Jadi seperti familiar ya dengan kondisinya. Terus kreativitas pun bisa dilakukan juga while in Mexico with your brother. And you can be making things that like costume and all.
Jadi bukti bahwa orang komunitas komunitas tari Bali dan gamelan Bali di luar negeri sangat mencintai budaya Bali sampai harus memang improvisasi, harus memang pakai bahan-bahan yang apa adanya dan supaya bisa menampilkan sesuatu yang
Bukan berarti tidak respect
Iya,
ya.
maksudnya
It's not that they don't respect the culture, tapi karena memang
karena mereka ingin sekali bisa
ingin
menampilkan
menampilkan kesenian
ya.
Bali, tapi tetap in respect pastinya untuk membuat itu as close as possible seperti yang ada di Bali gitu, dan tetap menaruh hal-hal yang menjadi daya tarik, memang apa yang menyebabkan itu ikon dari Bali. Kayak dia kan kostumnya poleng-poleng kayak gitu kan ya. That's right. So do you have any question for Berta about the...
I'll just talk about gamelan again. But
Yeah,
for example, in Mexico, does I don't think it does, right? Does bamboo grow in Mexico? Can you grow bamboo, and could you make bamboo gamelan or replace like a rindik key or tingklik key or something like that? Because we often have that issue when we're sending gamelan overseas and it arrives and because it's so cold, sometimes it cracks, so they need to replace it or something like that. Does bamboo grow in Mexico?
Yes, there are bamboo. Yeah, it's normal.
Of course, lots of different. In Bali, there's so many different types of bamboo, and so there are some that are.
Oh yeah, no, but
So-
maybe there are not so many kinds. Maybe in near from the sea,
Okay, yeah. So
like
in Mexico, you have
tropical weather. We have, but not in Mexico City.
right. So in Mexico City, it can get very cold too.
Not so cold.
Not
No,
very
no,
cold, but
no. I think it will resist. Yeah, in Mexico, bamboo.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Kalau lihat dari budaya ya, to see it as
A
a
cultural
culture perspective, when you went to Bali and experience, of course, what 1 year for your scholarship? Was it 1 year?
1 year, and then apply for another year. But
Oh, so
I
back
came
to-
back 2 years. So not 2 years, 1.5
Oh,
years.
1.5. Okay.
Yeah.
So
And then
when
I,
you
I came back.
for
Yeah,
for just visit.
Did you notice there are anything that is similar to Mexico? For example, I'm from New Zealand. I noticed there's very little that's similar from the Western culture point of view in New Zealand, but from the Polynesian culture, Maori, the indigenous people of New Zealand, there are quite a few things that are that are similar to the culture in Bali, not just the actual habits of people, but also the language and things. Maybe you can let people know,
No.
let our viewers know what some similarities between, if there are any, between a Mexican culture and Balinese culture, or even Indonesian culture in general.
Yes, yes. The first thing that I related between Indonesia and Mexico, it's the nature, because both countries are in like this new land in tropics, and there are jungle, and there are a lot of animals and nature, a lot of nature, like biodiversity.
Biodiversity, yeah.
Indonesia and Mexico are are from the countries that there is more biodiversity. So yeah, I studied biology, so I relate that, like evolution, and there is like this thing that points in the world where a lot of species appear, and Mexico is one, Indonesia is one. So it's really diverse, and I talk about that, and also I talk that culture is really diverse because of that reason, because nature and yeah. And there is a lot of dances, a lot of music, and a lot of traditional dances, and there are different between them, and it's a lot of diversity, cultural diversity too. And here, because we had the Spanish conquest, and we lost a lot of culture, but we mix a little with the Spanish people, and there is new things. And I think Indonesia, it's more conservative than Mexico in that reason, because it's not so. Especially Bali, no? That because there was no Westerns until 20th century, and in Mexico we had like 500 years with Spanish people, so it's it's really mixed, but we still have a lot of culture, languages, and it's really diverse. So I find this, and there is also this state that is named Oaxaca. And Miguel Covarrubias make also a book like Island of Bali, but about Istmo de Tehuantepec, that is a Mexican song that is similar also, like the faces of the people is similar, the dresses also, the woman was with the breast on air like in Bali. And it's really nice because he also went to Oaxaca and make the book and the pictures, and you also can find these fabrics with like kain ikat.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Do you have the book
With
there?
this, oh no, I don't have that book.
I would like to see it one day.
So is
Yes,
it,
it's really nice.
Mungkin
so
kita bisa
this place
jelaskan.
and ya kamu boleh jelasin.
Okay. Mungkin kita mau menjelaskan sedikit kepada
Indonesia
pemirsa
sedikit.
dalam bahasa Indonesia. Apa namanya, menurut Berta, kesamaan antara budaya
Indonesia.
atau tidak hanya budaya tapi keadaan di Meksiko dan Indonesia itu sangat ada ya, di mana itu menurut Berta itu berdasarkan alam yang sangat beraneka ragam ya. Jadi biodiversity-nya tinggi sekali di Indonesia dan juga di Meksiko, sama seperti di Meksiko, dan hal itu sudah menyebabkan kekayaan kebudayaan, kesenian di kedua tempat. Hanya
karena kekayaan alamnya
ya,
yang sama,
disebabkan
jadi
oleh kekayaan alam.
yang sama.
Hanya perbedaannya karena Meksiko kan dijajah sama orang Spanyol selama 500 tahun ya. Sedangkan di Bali, terutama di Bali ya, beda dengan wilayah Indonesia lainnya. Bali kan hanya abad ke-20 mulai dijajah, dan sejauh saya tahu ya, Belanda kan tidak memang sudah dari awal ingin biar budaya Bali tetap dilestarikan. Ya, itu ada perbedaan di sana. Tetapi dan juga ditambahkan sama Berta, ada wilayah di Mexico. What's the name of the region? Oaxaca, yang pernah diteliti dan pernah ditulis dalam buku oleh Miguel Covarrubias, di mana budaya mereka itu sangat mirip dengan orang Bali, dan sampai juga wajah-wajah orangnya mirip.
Cara berdandannya tidak pakai
perempuan
atasan,
tidak pakai
perempuan
atasan,
bare
ya.
breast.
Jadi dada kelihatan dan sebagainya. Itu sangat menarik ya, dan kita sebenarnya ingin sekali melihat
Lihat
buku itu
bukunya.
ya.
Maybe one day we
Kurang
ask
lebih
Berta when Berta come to Bali ya. Kita bisa atau ngobrol-ngobrol di behind the scene about the book. We're really fascinating with stuff about culture.
Kalau
and,
kita melihat gending-gending Bali dan juga judul tari Bali itu kebanyakan terinspirasi oleh alam dan binatang. So, so many songs
dan
and
kalau diingatin juga, karena itu penyebabnya Berta sangat tertarik dengan Bali, itu awalnya karena belajar biologi ini dan melihat, dan dia kan belajar nari juga, jadi melalui biologi dan tari ini dia ada keinginan
really
bagaimana tari Bali itu sangat sekali erat dengan alam gitu. Jadi dari situ dia tertarik kan, gitu tadi dia cerita Berta.
kalau keadaan dalam arti sosiologi
Secara sosiologi.
dan bukan antropologi, sosiologi di Bali itu in Bali, but the sociology of Bali and Mexico or Mexico City, did you see things that are similar? For example, between Denpasar and Mexico City, the way people live, the
A family, it sounds
the
like
economy,
that.
those sorts of
Maybe.
things. Did you see
Any
similarities?
Yeah, of course. Like the family. For us, the family is really important. And
like
also, the
Sorry.
people is really, it's really really friendly here. And we love parties, and also the people love to make celebrations. And also like I remember like my image was the pasar, like the pasar, the market in the streets, and that's like normal for us. Like the food street also. What else? Yeah, it's Mexico City is really big, really big. There are a lot of people, and we don't have a lot of nature like you in Bali, but we have like this big park, with woods, and it's really nice. That is in center Mexico City. So you can go and enjoy the nature, maybe a little, not so tropical like Bali. It's a little dry here, but there is also a lot of goods. And we don't have a lot of motorcycles like you. There is more cars, but like the street, I think, is little similar.
Okay.
Yeah, like the how we relate each other, I think, is similar.
And people live in big families too?
They
Yes,
live in
yes.
extended family.
Yeah. Not so much here in the city, but yeah, it's normal. Like yeah, maybe part of my family live together in the same house. Not me, but yeah, I have family.
Okay. Is there any similarity between the dance or the music with Bali or not at all?
No, not at all.
Okay. The
Seperti
same
yang
with New
dibilang
Zealand.
kan-
The same with New Zealand. We don't have any similarities with Maori culture in New Zealand.
Not for Bali.
We have no similarity with Bali, but we have similarity with language, and we have similarity with the family system, and some taboos in Maori culture are the same. You shouldn't touch
but
people on the head.
probably,
You
yeah.
shouldn't step over somebody's legs. Those sorts of
That's
things.
very
Yeah.
Indonesian.
You
Like,
sit
I
on the
mean,
floor.
Kan karena dia Polynesia ya, Maori is Polynesian, and there's Indonesian part of
near.
Indonesian that Polynesian too. So there ada similarity to that sort of part. Jadi sebenarnya walaupun orang Maori di New Zealand apa namanya kalau dibandingkan sama orang Bali berdasarkan budaya, tarian dan sebagainya mungkin kita tidak sama, tapi secara kayak kebiasaan dengan keluarga atau menyentuh kepala orang lain itu tidak hormat, apalagi orang yang lebih tua tidak hormat, itu sama. Tapi Maori karena Polynesian lebih dekat sama bagian Indonesia yang memang ada history ke Polynesian kayak di Irian Jaya kayak gitu, tempat-tempat yang agak Polynesian ya.
Yeah.
Itu ada kesamaan pastinya sama orang Maori. Sedangkan kalau Meksiko tadi Berta cerita sedikit ada persamaan dengan orang Indonesia atau orang Bali, itu juga keluarga itu sangat penting, sama seperti kita ada di bagian tidak di kotanya, di mana keluarga itu tinggal bersama masih ya, tidak di kota besar. Mungkin agak sama sekarang seperti kita di Denpasar, sekarang kita nggak tinggal bareng keluarga kita,
Sudah berubah.
because it's city now, it's all modern. People live in modern life, so they don't live with the whole big family anymore. Mungkin ada beberapa masih keluarga, mungkin lebih banyak ya dibanding mungkin kayak di Meksiko. Di sini masih ada lah family yang tinggal bersama. Kalau di kalau di Meksiko kalau di kota sudah tidak lagi. Oh, ada Pur di sini.
Halo, Pur.
I
Itu
want to
salah
this is
satu
because this is like almost the time when you talk about something good, it's always short. I want to ask about you. What do you think you want to do in the future regarding Tari Bali? Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean
what's
in
your-
Mexico.
What's your dream?
What's your
for
dream
the future
for
of-
the future of Tari Bali in Mexico?
Yeah.
I want to maybe do my own shows, have my own students. Maybe like I have a lot of ideas. Like you said, I love Pelegongan, Gamelan. So yeah, I could make just Pelegongan shows because I love the music. So yeah, it would be nice. Ivan, for example, already made Gender for us. We have a pair of Gender. And he made it with I don't know. And he told us, I can make a gamelan, but I just know how to make a pelegongan.
Great.
Yeah, but here is like, oh no, we need with Graciela, with Tari Bali, it's like, no, we need a Kevillar. Also, it's living here another musician from United States. His name is Brandon.
Okay.
Brandon.
Brandon,
Is he the one
I
who
think
made
you know.
Gamelan Bike?
Was he the Dharma Siswa student too?
Yes.
Yeah,
He's
we
living
know
here.
Brandon Yu.
Yeah,
Brandon Yu.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know him. Yeah.
We know him. We know
Yeah,
him. Yeah.
and he's with a Mexican. He dated with a Mexican. She's a chef, I think, and
Okay.
they are really nice people. And also, he want to have a gamelan here. Like his dream is that, but we think it's really difficult. But he prefers a kevillar. So Ivan was like, no, I just can do a Pelegonggan, and Brandon was like, no,
Yeah,
no.
there's KBR
is
everywhere.
better. We can do a lot of dances with KBR, with Pelegongan, we can't. And I was like,
Oh,
You
you
can. You can. You know, at Tanjung Sari
Di Tanjung
Hotel,
Sari.
if we learned, they perform lots of KBR dances.
Kupu tarung,
You just have to
oleg.
organize the gangsa so they move like that. You know, your hands have to be a little bit
people
adaptable.
I think people don't realize that, but
Bisa
our
gitu,
gamelan group, orang-orang tua in the Tanjung Sari Hotel, they perform any sort of kebiar dance on the Pelegongan.
the
Ya,
Pelegongan.
tapi kalau kita mainkan gending Pelegongan di kebiar, nggak mau bagus. Jadi,
No.
tapi kalau gending kebiar di Pelegongan masih mau bagus.
Masih
Tadinya
bagus,
masih manis.
ya, masih manis. Kasus
Itu sih
masih ada kata orang yang mencintai Pelegongan. Ya, oke. Terima kasih banyak, Berta. Saya akan kasih sedikit ini penjelasan ke kawan-kawan apa yang tadi kita obrolin.
Cita-cita
Jadi beda cita-cita Berta untuk masa depan, dia sangat ingin sekali ada gamelan pastinya yang aktif juga, karena dia ingin sekali membuat sebuah proyek tari, mungkin seperti lebih banyak menggali Pelegongan seperti itu. Jadi kan berharap ada gamelannya seperti itu. Kemudian di situ ada Ivan, ingin juga ada Pelegongan. Ada kawan yang dari mahasiswa juga, dia pengen kebiar, antara kebiar Pelegongan. Jadi yang di komunitas tari yang sudah 20 tahun, Gracia namanya ya. Graciela juga berharap ada kebiarnya lebih diaktifkan. Sebenarnya tidak terlalu masalah. Saya bilang tadi sama Berta, memang kebiar banyak juga gamelan kebiar mengiringi Pelegongan atau sebaliknya, tapi karena kita di sini pro Pelegongan, kita bilang Pelegongan bisa mengiringi
Tapi itu lebih
kebiar.
ringan. You don't have to, it's not very heavy, so
Not
you
very
easy to
heavy,
move
small
around.
gamelan.
You know, di luar negeri kan jadi masalah besar
You
pindahin
need
gamelan.
one gong only, kempur, and the small
Gangsa,
yeah.
kecil-kecil.
What I mean, I'm not trying to tell. Let's bring the Pelegongan, but now it's back again to how you like it. But yeah, I hope you manage to get that happen.
Ya, semoga
That's not really
sukses, ya.
matter walaupun itu gong kebiarnya akhirnya aktif bagaimanapun, karena di embassy sudah ada gong kebiar. But if there is another chance to bring gamelan like Pelegongan, why not? Membikin itu semakin berwarna
Jadi
ya.
lebih unik juga.
Dan orang
Yeah,
semakin
of course.
kenal dengan Bali dengan berbagai gamelan
Apalagi itu
yang
gamelan
dimiliki.
itu yang diceritakan sama Kak Rubias ya.
Ya, apalagi sudah ada di Copa Rubias catatannya. And thank you very much for your time,
Thanks so
Berta.
much, Berta.
Bisa ngobrol bareng with us.
Thank you.
And semoga kawan-kawan yang menonton mendapatkan inspirasi dari acara ini. Nah, hope to see you again next time.
Thanks for chatting
See
with
you
us.
in Bali.
Berta.
Yeah,
Okay.
hope very soon. Bye
Sampai
bye.
jumpa.
Bye.
Sampai jumpa.
Oke, kawan-kawan, terima kasih sudah hadir di acara kita, dan sampai ketemu lagi
Minggu depan untuk
minggu
gamelan ya.
depan. Iya, selalu ada tamu dari Beli Bule.
Selamat Hari Raya
Selamat Hari
Saraswati.
Raya, sampai
Sama-sama.
bertemu lagi.